all for your participation here today. I want to begin by talking about transmission. Obviously, the only way to meet our growing energy demand is by building out the necessary transmission infrastructure to get power from where it's generated to where it's needed. In last Congress, I was proud to work with my colleagues on this committee in a bipartisan manner as we crafted the Energy Permitting Reform Act, which would have significantly advanced transmission efforts. Since last Congress, we've not only continued to see delays but also consistent projections of load growth. And in addition to that, we've seen energy costs increase. So, Mr. Gramlich, in your testimony, you talked about the need to improve our transmission infrastructure as a means to improve energy affordability. So I'd love to see you expand on that and specifically discuss how building more transition would directly increase energy affordability.
That's right. Well, your state of California is now accessing resources in New Mexico, Wyoming, and other parts of the West. And what that does is it's like a puzzle, putting pieces together at different times of day. Different resources are operating, right? The wind from Senator Heinrich's state or the wind from Senator Barrasso state or others are operating at different times of the solar in Southern California, right? So you put all these resources together and you get an overall much more steady supply that holds rates down and improves reliability. So the transmission network is critical to making that happen. Your state has been leading in getting a lot of that transmission built.
So do I hear you suggest that multi-states coordinating the grid will improve affordability as well as reliability and even efficiency, some emission reductions as a result? I hear chatter among some Western states around that concept.
Yes, and that legislation in Sacramento is critical to get that regional network of an integrated grid, a seamless grid.
As long as we get it right, I agree.
That's right.
So to be continued.
Right.
Let me also do a quick sidebar because I heard the chairman in his opening remarks talk about some concerns in some quarters about solar and wind, other renewable energy, and the concerns about intermittency, to which I just want to make sure we're adding storage to the conversation. If you look at California's capacity now, not just breaking records on the amount of our electricity that comes from renewable sources, but a huge reduction in the threat of blackouts, even brownouts, because of the stability brought when you add storage to the equation. In addition to storage, another technology that I'm excited about is reconductoring. So I was proud to hear a couple of you talk about the benefits of grid-enhancing technologies and high-performance or advanced conductors in meeting our load needs. Rewiring our existing transmission lines with state-of-the-art carbon fiber or aluminum alloy materials has the potential to deliver as much as twice the current of the same size conventional steel and aluminum transmission cables. And what's especially exciting, it's by utilizing existing infrastructure and existing rights-of-way. So again, Mr. Gramlich, can you expand on how this new technologies, particularly reconductoring, can help us meet load growth in the future?
That's right. Well, we all know how scarce rights-of-way are and how hard it is to get new rights-of-way, right? So we have these rights-of-way around the country that are a tremendous asset for this country. And so if we can squeeze more power over those rights-of-way, which might be as simple as stringing up a new cable on the existing towers, or it might be a rebuild of the towers. But these advanced conductors and superconductors can really help sometimes double the capacity right there. And then grid-enhancing technologies are more the operational technologies that Senator King also referenced. Those squeeze more, sometimes up to 40% for dynamic line ratings, for example. And these operational tools can create more headroom on the grid that allows more load to be developed reliably.
So are you suggesting that with these upgrades, we can deliver more electricity more quickly than projects that are built from the ground up?
Yes, and we're going to need both. We're certainly going to need new rights-of-way and lines as well. But creating that headroom quickly and much more affordably seems like a no-brainer.
So the last question I have, and I'll try to make it quick. I know my time is running out here. Obviously, I'm proud to represent California. We're proud to be a policy leader on not just building capacity, but lowering our emissions footprint as a result. But California is not alone in investing and bringing online more solar, more wind. Can you name other states, maybe some not blue states, that are similarly investing and improving their grid reliability and affordability as a result?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the whole center of the country, from Texas up through North Dakota, have a tremendous penetrations of both solar and wind. Texas, the last couple of days, has had over 80 gigawatts demand. They're nearing record demand, and a majority is being met with solar, wind, and battery storage. They're using storage just as you suggest, and just as you do in California. When the sun's setting, that's when the batteries have charged up with all the solar power, and then they discharge to keep the evening lights on.
So renewables plus storage is not a Democratic agenda or a Republican agenda. It's just common sense. Thank you very much.